everyone, so about 2 weeks ago I did a little review on $5 Amazon planners. It is the middle of 2026, so a lot of 2026 planners are going on clearance. So today I have some under $10, and instead of mediums I have the large size. So let's take a look. All right, so we're opening this one up. And it is just nice sometimes to have a little bit more room. Not everybody is a medium person, but I don't know, I like to have options. So anyway, this one is nice. It is a weekly and it's good because it is not super thick. So a good thin option for putting right into a sleeve. Like I find it's nice to travel with this in a laptop sleeve of your backpack if you don't have a laptop. But anyway, it comes with a ruler that clips in and out. You can just pop that right back in there. I always struggle to do this while I'm filming. I'm like, I can do it when no one's watching. Anyway, so we have these gold corners, which are really pretty. And this is just a very simple planner. So you open it up. This is going to be a 2026 planner. So January through the end of the year, end of December. And you open it up and you get your 2026 year at a glance. Then here, you have your holidays for last year, this year, and next year. So you have them through the end of 2027. A contact list, then you have this planner belongs to, contacts for yourself, yearly goals, and then important dates. I always like these pages because they can be repurposed into something else. It could be important dates, or if you just put those on your monthly, this could be 5 fun things that happened this month, what have you. So I love that. And then we get right into the monthly. It runs Sunday to Saturday, definitely plenty of space to write, a note space here, and at the bottom you get the month before and the month after. And then we get right into the weekly. Now this weekly here, let's flip ahead. We're almost to May, so let's pick May. You have the day breakdown by hour. So it starts at 7 a.m., goes all the way to 8 p.m. Lots of space, which I really like that. I'm not so much an hourly, daily person broken down into columns like this. However, if I were, this would be exactly what I'm looking for. You've got it starting early enough in the morning, it goes late enough at night, and you've got a note space at the bottom. The only thing that could be a potential, issue is if you work weekends, you only get 7 to 5 on Saturday, and they must just assume nobody works on Sunday, which is not the case. So anyway, that is something that could be a deal breaker to you, but otherwise could be a really good option. So we have all of that. Let's flip to the back here. Let's see if there's any little extras and bonuses. There are. Okay, so we've got a couple grid dot pages, which I love. You get a state map, and then you get a little pocket folder. And you know what else is really nice? Wait, do we have anything in here? Stickers. Okay, I love that. Yes, we've got some stickers in here. There's a couple more in there, but we have some days of the week, some numbers, some little quote boxes, and we've got some of these ones too, which that is super cute. So, I mean, you can't go wrong when you're getting free stickers in your planner. So we have that. And then here you have the option to just put this nice little band on it. So this is the first one, and I really like this if this is what you're looking for in terms of a weekly with an hourly breakdown each day. Okay, next up is this other one, same size. It also has the gold corners at the top, but I am obsessed with this cover. This is so pretty. What is this called? Is this watercolor? I don't know, but I love it. It is just, I don't know, it's like a marble. Maybe it's marble. I just think it's so pretty. I love it. So you get this planner belongs to, you open it up, and again, this is going to be a 2026 only, so January to December, but you get the 2026 and 2027 yearly overviews. Then you have a space here for filling out who the planner belongs to and your top 5 goals for this year, and contacts as well as important dates. Like I said before, you can always repurpose this section. And then we get right into the monthly. So let's skip into May. If there are ever lines on a monthly, I always prefer they're light so that they are not overpowering. And I do feel like these are just on that borderline, but it's not distracting. So I do like this. I like how you have lots of space at the top, Sunday to Saturday, and then you've got a notes column here as well as the month before and the month after. And then this is your pretty standard weekly. Same size Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday share a spot, always important. Like I always say, to consider that you have the month before, your current month with the week that you're in bolded, and the month after with a space up here at the top for your top 3 priorities. Now going to the end here, let's see what we've got. Oh, I see lots of note pages. I love it already. Okay, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. I love when you get a good amount of notes pages. It looks like about 5 sheets, so maybe 10 pages. And then when you get to the back, you have holidays for this year, next year, and 2028. And look at this, we've got a little, oh, double-sided folder. And just like the last one, this one has this rubber band here, and it comes with a little pen holder. So love this one too. Like I said, all of these were under $10 when I ordered them. Some of them were $8.99. I think one might have been $7.99, but they're at a really good price point, so I'll make sure to link everything below. All right, so now we are opening this next one. Very simple. I like a simple cover sometimes though. So this is a nice sturdy plastic cover. And this is pretty, and it's like plastic. It's not just like a flimsy little cover, it's shiny, so I feel like it's good to have the protective cover, but it's not like this is just a piece of paper. So you have that, and then on the back, you've got your yearly overview for 2026 and 2027. Same thing at the top, planner belongs to your top 5 goals for the year, your contacts, your important dates, and then you get right into the month. This is very similar to the last planner in terms of layout. I also forgot to mention, it is nice to have these rainbow tabs here just in case you're like wanting to get to where you're going a little quicker. Sometimes it's nice to have tabs. Tabs is not a deal breaker for me because I often find that if it doesn't have tabs, it often has a string bookmark. So that works for me, but tabs are nice. All right, let's go ahead to July. So same thing, it has the same monthly overview as the last one, Sunday to Saturday, lines, space at the top, notes column, and then the month before and the month after. And it also has the same weekly layout as the last one with the same size Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Share a spot, the month that you're currently in with the one before and after, and you also have your priorities at the top. This is interesting too. It gives you what week you're in throughout the year, which that's good if you're a resolution person or a goal person because you know there are 52 weeks in a year. So this kind of hints at you like, okay, you're getting close to being done 4/5 of the year. So that's important to know. All right, and lastly, we flip to the back and we have notes pages. Now I have to tell you, this planner has been assembled incorrectly. So anyway, I think for $10, if I was obsessed with this planner, I would probably be like, you know what, whatever, I don't care. But you could always just exchange it or decide not to get this one, but this seems just like a little manufacturing issue, but I don't know, I guess it depends. For $10, I'm not too picky about something if everything else is good. So you also have here the double-sided pocket folder, and that is it. So this one, I gotta be honest with you, this one's probably I was gonna say the least best. I always try to be positive. It's the least best. No, this one's probably the worst one of all of them. I would definitely pick one of the other two so far, but again, it's not a bad option. And I do like that if you were ever to buy something and it wasn't exactly what you want, you can return it, because I do think a planner needs to be, I'm not gonna say perfect, but it needs to be close, because if it's really not what you want or need, you're not gonna use it. So those are my thoughts there. Now, oh, that was loud. We are moving on to the next one. Now this one is a little different. This is a daily. All right, let's open this up. Okay, here we are. So first thing I should note is that this one is a lot thicker than the other ones. The other ones are about, I don't know, like 3/4 inch. This one looks like 1 1/4 or maybe like 1 1/2. I don't know. This is like, this is bulky, right? It's thick and it's like, looks like 8.5 by 11. So anyway, but maybe that is something that is a good option for you. So we have a plastic cover, we've got some florals on here, and I love this. You could color this in if you want, do a little artwork. So you've got contacts, a yearly overview for 2026 and 2027. You have holidays for 2026 through 2028. And then you've got some focuses, this year's focus, some goals, things I'm looking forward to this year, how I'll improve my well-being, notes, etc. And then we get right into the monthly. So like I said, let's go to May. All right. So May has Sunday to Saturday. Well, all the months do. Sunday to Saturday. You have a notes space at the top on the right, and then you have the month before and the month after, and it's just like lots of space, very clean and open. So I really like that. So this is what your daily page looks like. Right off the bat, I know people are gonna love this because look, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Look, Saturday and Sunday gets the same love as Monday through Friday. That's a big issue. One thing I hear a lot from people is that they really do care that Saturday and Sunday are the same size as Monday through Friday, that they deserve the love as well because they work weekends or whatever. So this is gonna work for you if that is something that matters. Now let's take a look here. Okay, so this is your daily, 7 a.m. all the way to 10 p.m. You've got 4 little lines for top priorities, a to-do list. Now this is interesting because check is like I did it, the arrow is delay it, and then the X is cancel. Now one of my issues with a daily planner is sometimes I brain dump everything and then I feel like I'm just carrying it over day to day to day to day. But what might be nice is that you fill it out with this system, the check, the arrow, or the X for cancel, and then at the end of the week you can see where you are with the last, I don't know, 8 pages or whatever, and condense them all into your next week if interested. You know, there's a water intake section and a notes and ideas. So what I like about this is that this has a lot of space. You have a lot of room right here. If I were a person using this, let me tell you what I would do. Let's say I had a meeting from 9 to 11. I would take a highlighter and I would do a little line here and I would write 9 to 11 and like color this. I would color this spot. Then let's say I had a meeting from 3 to 5. I would do that, right? I would color that spot. And then in this space, I would put my to-do list, right? If I ran out of space over here. Or maybe it's like, okay, this is a to-do list item, but I want it done at 9 a.m. or 8:30, so I'm gonna put it here. I think there are a lot of ways to use this if you're gonna use it, right? Sometimes you're like, I am not gonna sit down and use this every single day. Some people love a fresh start each day, so it could be a good option. All right, let's flip to the back. Let's see what extras we have here. Okay, not many. We've got a couple grid dot pages as well as a yearly review where you can talk about your top accomplishments, highlights, setbacks, things to learn, start, stop, continue. Next year's priorities, just a reflection page. You have the double-sided pocket folder here. And that's it. So this is a great one if you are looking for a daily. I do not find dailies like this for under $10 of this quality anywhere. Dailies are, well, they're expensive because it's just a lot more printing and a lot more paper, but this is an excellent option if you're interested. Okay, and lastly, I think I chose this one because it had a little bit of a slightly different layout than some of the other ones. So let us take a look. We'll see if I remembered correctly. So we have this plastic cover, 2026, 2027. I don't know why, but I just love this. I love when it's laid out like this. I have become obsessed with my at a glance calendar of the year. So what I would do is I would gift myself, I might put it even over here with my highlighters, people in town, when I'm out of town, the school year calendar, breaks, etc. And then you can highlight it and you can just always see what's going on when you look at the big picture. I love the yearly calendar. So I don't know, I really like that. I like that they include that. There's also this. Now, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I don't know what this is. This is time period. It's got Monday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to 7, and I have to think it's your weekly schedule. There's a space for goals, important dates, notes, and an open box. Please leave me a comment if you know what this is because there's a few sheets of this, right? You get a notes page and then it starts the 2026. So this is gonna be an academic planner, starts in July. And it's so different because look, I'm gonna skip ahead for a second. This is the weekly, which I was wrong. It's just a regular old layout. I mean, it's got these columns, which I love. But I'm like, I wonder what that is in the front. Maybe it's just an opportunity to get yourself and your schedule and your academic year all worked out. But if you have any other ideas, let me know. So anyway, this is July. It will begin in 3 months, which is crazy that July is in 3 months. Wow. But you have a spot up here for monthly goals, priorities, to-dos, and space down here. This monthly layout is beautiful. I feel like the column is always on the right side. I don't have a preference either way, but it does look a little different. A space for goals, important dates, and notes. Lots of space up top, Sunday to Saturday, and just tons of open space. So I love that. It's simple, but it's really nice. Now here, you've got these 2 notes columns, and then you have your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday share that space here. What I will say is, if you are looking for an academic planner, this could be a really good option. I imagine if I were a high school student, for example, and I took 4 blocks a day. I think I would just draw a line here and it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would write the assignments in each of those blocks. But then if you have like I was gonna say a permission slip due. I'm sure permission slips do not exist anymore. You just go on the app and pay and your parent doesn't I bet they're docu-signing nowadays, which I like. Why am I nostalgic over permission slips? But I digress. Let's say there's a field trip coming up or you have some extracurricular. I'd put it in the notes section. Same thing for middle school. Honestly, I mean, I'm constantly thinking about how can academic planners work for kids, teenagers, college students, teachers, people who aren't in school, people who are working but taking a class. I'm always thinking about how you could divide it up. The other thing is I think you could be on a 4-period day, you could be on a 7-period day. Well, if you are, you could have, you know, each of your classes written down here and then the assignment, but that might not be enough space. So depending on how many classes you are, it might be a good option, it might not. This is giving me an idea for a video though. Last year I went to Staples, there were a million good academic options. So I think I'm gonna do a video of my favorite planners depending on what kind of schedule you have. If you have 4 classes, if you do A-Day, B-Day, if you have 7 classes, whatever the case is, I'm gonna do a little hunt for that at Staples. But anyway, this is a great planner. I like how at the back of each month you get some note pages, and then this goes until the end of the school year. 2027 goes through the end of June. So the back, I don't have a ton. This is just really that note page for the last month of the year, and that's it. But I do like this one. I especially like this one. You know, I say, what are the kids using? Well, they're probably using electronic things, but I imagine still they get home, and even though a lot of students nowadays are issued their own laptops by the counties or districts that they attend school, it might still be nice to write things down so that when you get home, you can open stuff up, check it off, even if you're working on a computer. So I don't know, I love a paper planner. And I know that's not for everybody, but I feel like in the digital world that we live in, we assume that like everything is gonna switch to digital one day. And there is a time and place for that. And it's also great if you like that, but I still like a planner. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. That is just, I love talking about paper. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this has been good. I hope that if you're looking for a cheap planner in the middle of the year for 10 bucks, this is something that is helpful for you. I also have the other video where they're $5 planners and they are medium sized. So they're gonna be smaller than this, but still good options. So anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.